A few years ago, Dwight Howard invited me to a Diddy party. It definitely wasn't what I was expecting. Diddy was giving me a house tour when I saw 1,000 bottles of lube. He told me he was going to use them for a massive slip and slide, but I didn't buy it. Then he tried to convince me to play a game of strip horse.
Adam Sandler walked into the courtroom, and for a second, no one knew what to think. People were confused. Some even laughed nervously. This was the guy from Billy Madison, the water boy, Happy Gilmore. What was he doing here? But the smile never came. His face was pale. His voice was shaky. And when he started talking, the room fell silent. He said it started as a friendship. Diddy was someone who made him feel seen. Someone who understood the weird world of fame. Someone who opened doors. But what felt like a brotherhood at first slowly turned into something else, something he couldn't explain, not even to himself. The first warning sign was in Miami.
They'll probably be arresting me just because we want to have a good time.
Multiple safes broken into, drawers ripped open, closets ransacked, boxes of gun ammo and Grammy Awards. New images from TMZ show inside Diddy's ransacked Beverly Hills mansion during the coast-to-coast raids where no arrests were made.
Diddy had called it a brotherhood weekend. Adam didn't really know what that meant, but he played along. He'd been invited as a guest, flown out on a private jet, picked up by a black SUV with tinted windows. The kind of treatment that usually made him feel like royalty. But this time, something felt wrong. He couldn't explain it exactly. It was just a gut feeling. Like walking into a party you weren't sure you were invited to, but everyone keeps smiling like nothing's off. Still, he didn't want to seem ungrateful. Diddy had planned the whole weekend. Lavish dinners, private chefs, sunset boat rides, and an entire wing of the mansion reserved just for him.
You know why Puff's parties are so cool, man? Because you can't get into the party. It doesn't matter what the is going on in the party. Nothing cool is going on in the party. It's a party. But you can't, for some reason, at his party, you can't get into his party.
At first night, after an elaborate dinner on the terrace, lobster, wagyu, exotic wines, Diddy offered him a tour of the house. Adam followed, his steps echoing through the marble floors as they walked deeper into the estate. The place was surreal. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlooked Biscayne Bay. Abstract art from names Adam couldn't pronounce hung on the walls. The scent of burning incense filled the air, earthy and sweet, curling into his nostrils like smoke from a dream. Every room had its own mood, its own music, its own lighting, like stepping through different worlds. There were no clocks, no staff, just Diddy. Always close, always watching.
Who's the person that's number one on that invitation list?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
And I can get on that list,
yes,
right?
Yes, without a doubt, you are.
They reached a long hallway, lit with a golden hue that made the air itself feel heavy. At the end of it stood a massive frosted glass door. Diddy stopped in front of it, turned to Adam and smiled. Not a warm smile, but something quieter, calculated. "Let's wash off the day," he said. "Cleanse the bad vibes." Before Adam could respond, Diddy opened the door to reveal a sprawling spa-like shower room. White marble, eucalyptus steam, candles flickering in every corner. It looked like something out of a 5-star Dubai resort. Almost too perfect. Adam laughed nervously. "You serious?" "Of course," Diddy said.
I literally took one sip of my beverage and the whole side of my face felt like I had a stroke.
When I was at Diddy's parties, I met Diddy.
Just be aware. Diddy's the host and Diddy is the leader.
"This is what kings do. Come on, man. We boys." Adam hesitated. He joked, trying to mask his discomfort. "All right, but I'm keeping the boxers on, just rinsing off." He stepped inside slowly. The heat hit him first, thick, damp, and heavy on his skin. The walls echoed every movement. Diddy was already in under the water, steam curling off his shoulders. Adam kept to the edge, standing near the wall, arms crossed over his chest, staring at the mosaic tiles on the floor. Then came the moment. Diddy reached out and tugged playfully at Adam's waistband.
"So who was with you this weekend?"
"A bunch of my friends."
Diddy, Quincy, Justin Bieber,
so far so
French
good.
Montana.
Do you even know half the people you're naming?
No.
"Don't be shy," he said, laughing. "This ain't Hollywood. This is real life." Adam pulled away, laughed too, but it didn't feel real. His pulse had jumped, his stomach tightened. He tried to shift the energy, talked about work, mentioned an idea for a comedy script, but Diddy wasn't really listening. It wasn't just what happened that unsettled him. It was the silence. The way Diddy's eyes lingered. The way he never said what he was really thinking, but made Adam feel like he knew exactly what was coming next. Later that night, Adam returned to his guest room and locked the door. He said he wasn't feeling well, said the heat had gotten to him, skipped the rooftop cigar session, and told himself he just needed rest.
Diddy turned me down.
So how did the meeting go, and then what did Diddy say? Why did he turn you down?
We get into the office, so we do the performance, like, we nervous, but we just do the shit, boom, all right.
And so he was just like, cool.
He said, yeah, I like this cool. I don't like this light-skinned nigga over here, this little nigga over here.
But he didn't sleep. He laid in bed staring at the ceiling, the scent of eucalyptus still clinging to his skin. That moment in the shower replayed over and over in his head. The way Diddy spoke, the way he laughed, the look in his eyes. Something had shifted. It wasn't just about friendship anymore. It wasn't about comedy or respect. It was about control, about power. Adam realized in that moment, maybe for the first time, that he wasn't there as an equal. He was there for a reason. He just didn't know what it was yet. And from that night on, things would never feel the same. The nap that changed everything. A few weeks later in LA, Diddy invited him over again. Said it'd be chill, watch some movies, write skits.
At that time, Puff was the biggest guy in the world. You know, you couldn't even get in this party. And he was throwing a party, and he said, yo, Playboy, this party's $1.5 million. I said, for what? I mean, what are you saying? He said, it costs $1.5 million to throw this party. I said, Puff, oh my God, I love it. The party's amazing.
But when Adam got there, the house was quiet. Too quiet. No assistants, no entourage. Just Diddy wearing silk pajamas, holding a remote. They started watching an old comedy they both loved. It felt normal for a moment, until Diddy paused the movie and said, "You look tired. Come nap with me, bro." Adam laughed it off, thought it was a joke. It wasn't. Diddy walked to the bedroom and looked back, expecting him to follow. He did. He sat on the edge of the bed, stiff. Diddy got in and patted the space next to him. "You don't have to do anything. Just close your eyes. Trust me."
What really does make sense is that Diddy has had a long career of using pussy to trap niggas into making them do what he wants to do or using them to move them out the way.
Then came the words Adam said still haunt him. "You're mine now, Sandy. Always have been." There was Aspen. Diddy had invited him to a private lodge miles away from the crowded ski retreat. Just the two of them. Snowmobiles, a fireplace, and a camera on a tripod that Adam thought was just for vlogging. It wasn't. Diddy handed him a silk robe and shorts, told him to change, pressured him, joked, made it seem harmless. Adam finally gave in just to avoid a confrontation. But when he returned, Diddy was lying on a fur rug, already in his robe, watching him. Now we're equals. No layers, no lies. Then he said, "Be raw." "Let go." Adam refused. Diddy stood up, tried to untie his robe. Adam backed away, said he was leaving. "You'll regret this," Diddy said. "This is about trust." Back at the resort, Adam couldn't talk to anyone. He felt violated, exposed, emotionally shattered. He didn't wear the robe again, but he never felt clean since. We get to the most interesting part, the blackmail and silence. There was 2007, the Bear Estate. Diddy said they were going to review a new project, a comedy. He made it sound like a big opportunity. But when Adam arrived, the screen didn't show a comedy. It showed grainy footage. A celebrity. Naked, disoriented, being filmed without consent. Adam froze, told Diddy to shut it off. Diddy just laughed. "That's the industry. We all got tapes." Then he looked Adam in the eye and said, "What if I told you I had one of you?" The robe, the camera, Aspen. Adam didn't remember a camera, but now he knew. Weeks later, he got a USB drive in the mail, a clip from that night, a note. "Be careful what you say. We all have ghosts." And then there was breaking point. Then came 2016, a charity gala. Diddy pulled him aside just before Adam went on stage with a group of children battling cancer. "Make me look good out there, Sandman. You owe me that."
Everyone knew he was the devil. He's been the devil for 30 years. He's been covered and protected by not only Clive Davis, but Lucian Grange.
That night, Adam went home and told his wife everything. She was horrified, not just by what happened, but by how long he'd carried it in silence. "You have to speak up," she said. "Even if no one listens, you have to get it out of you." That night, for the first time in years, Adam slept. But this is just the beginning. Listen the evidence that resurfaces. In 2022, a private investigator helped him recover cloud backups from one of Diddy's old surveillance systems. They found the footage, the robe, the room, the silence, everything. And when this trial began, he knew it was time. He said he wasn't looking for revenge, just truth, because silence doesn't heal trauma, but truth can. He admitted he'd suffered night terrors since 2008, panic attacks, flashbacks, and during the filming of Uncut Gems, he nearly quit because the smell of cologne on set reminded him of Aspen. And then the testimony that shook Hollywood. He went through therapy, got diagnosed with PTSD, realized what had happened to him wasn't just weird, it was abuse. He tried to speak out before. In 2010, his agency shut it down. In 2021, a podcast edited his story out. And yet, the fear never stopped. The tape, the threats, the memories. But sitting there in court, Adam said he finally felt heard. He looked Diddy in the eyes and said, "You took my peace. You took my voice. But you didn't take my truth." The courtroom was frozen. He ended his testimony with a quiet statement. "I'm not angry. I'm tired. I'm tired of pretending it didn't happen. I'm tired of pretending it didn't hurt. And I'm tired of pretending I'm okay when I'm not. If you've ever been scared to speak up, let this be proof that you matter." And then he stepped down, no jokes, no applause, just silence. Because the truth had already said enough. Let your thoughts dawn in the comments and hit that subscribe button.